played for 11 years, a multiple-time Pro Bowler, a Super Bowl appearance. And the former San Francisco 49er and Bill, Donte Whitner, is now joining us live, doing a lot of local media now in the Bay Area and doing a great job. So, we have a history. You know this. Half the guys in the league are undrafted. Antonio Gates, Hall of Famer, undrafted. Tony Romo, undrafted. Kurt Warner, undrafted. You look at the Niners. Jennings, receiver, 6th-round pick. Kittle, 5. You know this. There's players everywhere in this sport. Maybe they're undersized. They don't go to a big program. They get overlooked. They're not in an Alabama. So when I watch Brock Purdy, Donte, my takeaway is, I don't know. That looks like he's twitchy. He's got I don't know. You tell me. You played in this decade. Is this a guy you could build a franchise around? Do you buy into this lightning in a bottle stuff, or what do you make of him?
Well, when you look at Brock Purdy and what he provides for this 49er offense is the reason why they're ascending since week 14. His ability to create plays when defensive coordinators catch Kyle Shanahan in certain concepts. The ability to run the ball, the play action game, but not only that, his calm and composure in the pocket. When you turn the film on this young quarterback, it's not that he's just throwing it to where Kyle Shanahan is telling him to throw it. He's creating throwing lanes with his mannerisms, his eyes, and the understanding of who the free players are in the defense and how to attack them. And then he has the gusto to try to fit the ball in tight coverage. I would say that Brock Purdy is a combination of Trey Lance with the athletic ability, but more twitch, and the precision and quick release of Jimmy Garoppolo. He's Kyle Shanahan's perfect quarterback match.
Now, does Dallas create issues? Dallas, to me, is a pretty easy figure. If Dak throws 35 or less, and he can be complementary to a run game, they're a tough out. You're asking Dak to throw 44 times, which they've done this year, or you get into that number, you're asking too much of him. He's more complimentary, though when he is complimentary, like against Tampa in the run game, he's a handful. So is there any matchup, though, on either side that you look at and think that's problematic for the Niners?
Well, when I look at what CeeDee Lamb can do for that offense and how they move him around, primarily at that number 3 position near the tight end, he's attacking the field. He'll sit down at 5 yards. He'll run through the defense. He'll run deep overs. He makes you declare what defense you're playing. And if you try to take him away, this is when they attack you on the outside with Noah Brown and Michael Gallup. But I think that they have to worry about Tony Pollard creating explosives in the running game and receiving the ball out of the backfield. You know that they're going to run some screens, being that the 49ers defensive line can sometimes get overly aggressive.
Yeah.
And then I think another guy who a lot of people are not really thinking about, who had a huge game last week, is Dalton Schultz. He is starting to awaken in this offense. He can attack you vertically. He's a number 1 threat in the red zone. So the 49ers, they're going to have a lot to worry about, but it all going to come down to stopping the run, setting the edge, getting the Cowboys into third and medium and longs, but then executing the defense when you get into those predicaments. Third down is one of the Cowboys' strengths.
You look around, the Sean Payton rumor is the Denver thing. And I know Sean pretty well. Ownership matters a lot to him. They got new owners. They got a lot of money. Quarterback matters a lot. And it's an interesting thing. It's been well documented now, publicized, that Russell can lack some self-awareness, the Bentley, the mansion. Well, Denver's offense is a bunch of kids. And Tom Brady always made a point, Donte, to connect with the young guys, the music, the tech. He's 40. These guys are 22 years old. Is Russell Wilson, the personality stuff, solvable? Did you ever, as you age, did you see players disconnecting from the young guys? Because I was saying this, Denver's defense is good, and they're going to pay some of these guys. The defense is going to get older. And because of Russell's contract, the offense has to be fairly inexpensive around him. They got to build that O-line. So that offense is going to have a lot of kids on it. Do you think it's solvable for Russell to come back down to the kids and relate? Or maybe that's just not who he is?
I think it's definitely solvable, but let's look at it from this point of view. If Russell Wilson goes out and wins 10 to 12 games this year, are we talking about his marriage to Sierra or his mansion or his Bentley? I've seen multiple players own a lot of these different things in the locker room, And we've gone through losing and we've gone through winning. But as the quarterback, you're going to take the hit of it all. Playing against Russell Wilson for many years and many big games, I know that he has all the tools and the capabilities to be a top-tier quarterback. I don't think he just fell off a cliff after last year. When you go to a new team and you're implementing yourself into a new organization, of course you have to win that locker room, but you have to know the ins and outs and the intricacies of your offensive package. And it takes a lot more than 1 year to learn that. And when you think about what Russell Wilson did for the Seattle Seahawks, he had Marshawn Lynch around him. He had all of these weapons on the outside. He had the Legion of Boom. All he had to do was play his role. Now he's been thrusted into a role where they want him to drop back, throw the ball 35, 40 times a game, and be a top-tier quarterback that's just slicing up defenses. I never thought that's who Russell Wilson was. So, yeah, I think it's totally solvable. I know that Russell Wilson is going to go to work this offseason, and if you can pair him with a guy like Sean Payton, who I put up there or even higher than Coach Shanahan, I think that they can do some special things. Playing against that offense and that offensive philosophies for many years, he's going to get Russell Wilson to where he can finish his career on the right track. So
you were a Buckeye, so you know Michigan football well, and you've seen the ascension with Harbaugh. He won at both the pro and college level. You know Jim well because you were with him in the Niners. And I said, I think he's more important, Donte, for college football, and I love college. He's really important for the sport. These Northern Division teams outside of the Buckeyes, they feel like for years they fell behind the South. Jim gives you another Northern power, and I love the Big Ten, and I love that kind of football. But he also won at the NFL level. You tell me, is in the current NFL, players have more power? I know it was only 5 or 6 years ago. Do you think he made the right call?
I don't know if he necessarily made the right call. And you see he keeps wanting to scratch that itch. The ultimate goal in football at any level is to win a Lombardi. And when we came so close to winning Lombardi in that Super Bowl and we lost it, I know that he still had that eagerness and that thirst to capture the ultimate goal. This year he made it to the Final Four. Yeah, he almost had a chance to win a national title in college, but it's nothing like the taste of victory at the NFL level. So yeah. I know that Coach Harbaugh, with his track record, with his philosophies, with the way that he plays certain mind games with the front office, the players, his coaches, his colleagues, the team, he has all the ability to get to the NFL and capture the ultimate goal, and that's to win a Lombardi. So, yeah, I know he went back to Michigan, but I do see at some point Coach Harbaugh going to the NFL. Yeah, I mean, they're just nothing like winning a Super Bowl. There isn't. You are completely defined as a player, as a coach. Okay, by the way, got about 30 seconds left. I like the Niners in a fairly low-scoring game, 27-20-ish. Your thoughts? What do you think what transpires? I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game. When you look at the deficiencies from the Dallas Cowboys defense, it's all about stopping the run. Christian McCaffrey having the ability to get Debo the ball in space to attack the edges of his defense. On the outside, they get some interceptions, but they do a lot of guessing. Kyle Shanahan having those extra 36 hours to really break down this defense is going to go wonders. I'm giving the 49ers a 3-touchdown advantage in this. Wow. Donte Whitner. Great seeing you, man, as always. Appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.